Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome once again to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com.
First up this evening, the opposition spokesman on education, Damion Crawford, has turned to the Constitutional Court to determine whether the state is breaching Jamaican children's right to an education.
He argues that the government's failure to adequately fund students at the basic, primary and secondary levels and to ensure consistent school attendance amounts to a violation.
We have the details in this report from Dwayne Anderson.
Data shared in the Parliament Tuesday by Damion Crawford indicated that close to 30% of students were going hungry at least one day each week. Additionally, many students missed 2 or 3 days of the 5 school days each week. Combine those with the poor performance of tens of thousands of Jamaican students each year in CSEC exams, and for Mr. Crawford, the Jamaican education system is in crisis. A crisis he says the government is not taking seriously, nor in keeping with the laws of the land. It is why he wants the court to have a say.
Limited state provision of only 15% of the institution is a breach of the constitutional right. Non-compulsory attendance of 30% to 90% of being absent is a breach of the constitutional right. And to that extent, Madam Speaker, on the 7th of April 2026, I filed a constitutional challenge on behalf of the people of Jamaica, and today we are seeking to inform the government that we will be seeking a constitutional assessment on if the right to a free primary at a free institution is being actually distributed.
The funding of education is particularly worrying for the lawmaker. He pointed to the paltry $18.24 outlay per child in basic schools in the latest allotment of PATH funds as proof the government is not serious about ensuring students have a proper nutrition to learn.
Section 13K2 of the Constitution, the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, indicate that it is the right of every child who is a citizen of Jamaica to publicly funded tuition in a public education institution at the pre-primary and primary levels. Madam Speaker, that has not been assessed. And therefore, when the Minister of Education answered in the Standing Finance Committee that she believed that this was actually being implemented, it left me with no further action to take than to seek the court's intervention.
Furthermore, he wants greater protection of Jamaica's children, hence the suggestion to fellow lawmakers.
We therefore are asking for a reconsideration once again of the age of consent, and I once again believe that this Parliament should consider the movement from 16 to 18 as we move from a 5-year secondary institution to a 7-year secondary experience going forward.
The opposition MP and spokesman on education was speaking Tuesday during his contribution to the sectoral debate. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.